Hello, and welcome to another Form a Day challenge by clevr. My name is Kareem Cooperhouse, and today on day 5, we are going to showcase the Identification, Placement, and Review Committee, or IPRC form. This is a form that is used to identify exceptional students, and you might have a different name for this process. But what we're going to do today is look at how we automated a form that kind of looks like this. There's different versions of this form that different districts are using or have used. And what we'll be doing today is showcasing one of the ways that we've automated this form. We've done it many different ways for many different districts. So today we're just going to showcase one of them. This is what the meeting invitation looks like, because part of the IPRC process is to invite the parents to a meeting in order to discuss their child. So let's dive into the form itself. So we're in the clevr platform right now. And what you're looking at is the dashboard. And because I, for example, would be somebody who was a coordinator of student services or assistant superintendent or director, I'd want to see this form on a regular basis. So I've put some metrics directly on my dashboard so I can know at any time as I log in how many students are actually on IPRC. So let's scroll down to the actual IPRC form. And we have one over here. So I'm clicking on it. Based on my role and privileges, I will have access to students that are under IPRC. So I'm going to click on Emily over here. What's great about this form is that we've divided the different sections into different tabs, which is best practice. What is also best practice is to use the first tab over here to outline or describe the process. And this district did it very, very thoughtfully and thoroughly. So you can see as we scroll through here that everything has been laid out, including the different timelines and expectations. And so it's all laid out here if anybody is unsure of next steps. So let's scroll back up. The next tab here is where we're gathering general information. Most of this information can be pre-populated from your student information system. We are in a sandbox right now, so obviously we're not pulling in any data from ASSIS. But any one of these fields can become pre-populated fields. And you want to do this because it's best practice to avoid double data entry. It's not efficacious, and it leads people to make mistakes. So all this can be pre-populated. What's great about it as well is that any information that we gather in the clevr platform can also be exported out to other systems. So it's a two-way integration. Data can come in, as we see over here, or data can go out to other systems and data warehouses. Here's the really great part about this form. Now, I understand that after 20 years of digital transformation, we in K-12 are trying to get off paper. We don't want paper anymore. We really want to be digital. But there are times when a paper form is required. And here's an example over here where this particular district wanted to create an invitation and wanted to send an invitation home to the parents. So what happens is that whoever is filling out this form will come in here, put in the necessary dates, and say, you know what, let's have our meeting in the beginning of February, maybe the 2nd, and let's put in a time, 10 a.m. Over here, and location, for example, the school, and then the return date, where they would like to get this form back. And notice over here that there's an information button. So it allows me to look at or get some further clarification on what is or what are the rules regarding this invitation. So I can see that over here. Now that I've put this information here, there is a print invitation to IPRC meeting button. So I click on that, and it opens a new window and creates a PDF version of what we just saw over here. And so as a teacher, I can print this out, I can fold it in half, put it in my student's agenda, it can go home, the parent can then sign off on it, choose their option over here, send it back to the school, and then it can be uploaded back into this form so that now you have a version or a signed copy of the parent's invitation. So this is an example of how as much as we are trying to get off paper, and the whole purpose of the Clever platform is to digitize and automate your forms, there are occasions, there are instances where a paper-based version is required or is needed. And Clever has not only a form editor that allows you to create your forms, but also a print editor that allows you to create printouts as PDFs. As we go through the rest of this form, in these tabs here, we're tracking other information, who's part of the committee, who's also in attendance. We're identifying the strengths and the needs of the students. So during the meeting, this can be populated. It can also be pre-populated from another template, which means another form within the Clever platform, or maybe from another database somewhere else in some other system. As I click on here, there's a lot of drop downs. I can add some, I can take some off. So here's the add button if I want to add some more strengths, or if I want to remove some. Anything that's not listed here, they've created a comment box where I can put in some more comments. Same thing for needs, right? This can be pre-populated, or I can pick from the list over here. I can add some and I can remove some. And then finally, at the end is the statement of decision. So what is the decision for the student? So there's some areas here where they can identify areas of exceptionality and then make their recommendation. And once the recommendation has been made, then a notification will go out to those involved in terms of the committee, but also to the parents and teachers. So that is the IPRC form. What it showcases really is the ability for the Clever platform not only to digitize and automate forms, but when needed, also to create PDFs or printouts in order to assist in workflow processes. Stay tuned for tomorrow when we'll showcase another Form a Day challenge.